Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I'm not super excited to see this one. 6.3 on IMDb. It does have Kyle Chandler in it, Coach from Friday Night Lights, and Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things. And you know, it's the story of Godzilla, and he fights all these different monsters, which was a very popular TV show back in the day. And there's been many movies. I think the last one had Bryan Cranston in it. And I watched it on an airplane once, but the plane landed before I saw the end of it. But, I don't know. Maybe, and Matthew Broderick was in one of them, too. Whoa. So, I don't know. I threw it out there. It's a 2 hour and 12 minutes long. So, you know, whatever. I'm going to get into it a little bit. I'm going to watch it for you, let you know what I think, and tell you what it's all about. So, stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and you might have noticed I'm in a different shirt than the first take, and there's no check-ins tonight. Reason being is when I started watching this the other night, and I could not stay awake. Now, I contributed that to be a Friday or a Saturday night, I forgot which night it was, and had maybe a couple of beers or something like that before I started watching it. Tired from the work week, started to fall asleep. So then I was like, okay, I'll turn it off for now. It was only a half hour into it. I'll start it up again tonight. Tonight's a regular weeknight. No real drinking or anything like that. Should be ready to go. And I kept falling asleep. I could not stay awake for this movie. And now, I'm not a fan of the Godzilla series. I don't know if it was something the way the movie shot. Or, you know, there's obviously a lot of action. There's a lot of big things fighting. A lot of monsters fighting and stuff like that. And a lot of running around, but I could not stay awake for this movie. I don't know why. I don't know if there's, you know, something in there that makes me sleepy, but, you know, besides that point, I didn't really enjoy the movie. Again, I'm not a big fan of Godzilla. I never watched it as a kid or anything like that. I knew of it, and a little bit here and there. I think it's like fun once or twice. But the reason it's the King of the Monsters is there's a whole bunch of these Godzilla type monsters like stored on Earth, and the theory is to bring them back. They are supposed to be the predecessors to humans, and bring them back so that they could correct everything that humans have been doing to the Earth. So, you know, humans with war and pollution and, you know, all the stuff that we do to ruin the Earth. Well, the idea is if they come back, they would basically, we would coexist with them, but they would wipe the planet pretty much clean and allow it to grow back up, like forest fires and lava and things like that. So that was the plan, but then the plan goes haywire, of course, because these monsters just want to take over all of Earth, and they somehow have to befriend now Godzilla to save them. That's the plot of the movie, essentially. But I didn't really, I mean, I got that, but I don't know how they communicate with Godzilla. How does he's a savior, he dies, he comes back. All this kind of stuff that really, really bored me on this one. You know, I like Coach from Friday Night Lights, and you know, he was great, but other than that, not much else in, what is her name, Millie Bobby Brown? You know, from, you know, Stranger Things, she was in it. You know, nothing tangible in this one for me to grab onto and say, oh, you should check this out. I didn't, not for me. And sorry for you Godzilla fans out there. It might have been very interesting, you know, because they brought in the Mothra, the different ones that I remember, but, you know, there was nothing really that held my interest. I apologize. So I would say, for those of you who aren't fans of Godzilla, and I do believe this was a sequel to the last Godzilla movie. I think that's what they played it off as. And again, not being an expert, I didn't finish that last Godzilla one, the one with Bryan Cranston, and I didn't even watch the one with Ferris Bueller in it. So, you know, there you go. That's me, but I thought I'd give it a shot. So this review is coming from a guy, again, not a fan of the Godzilla TV shows or previous movies, don't know much about the history and stuff like that. No, a little bit here and there, but really a novice when it comes to that, and it wasn't enjoyable for me. So that's what I got for you. I'm sure there's people out there who love these movies and love the characters and the monsters and stuff like that, and I apologize to you. I don't mean to, that's great. I'm sure there's things that I like that you don't like. But for those of you who maybe have the same, taste, I guess, in a sense, of these types of things, you might not enjoy it. But I'd still encourage you to watch it, see if you stay awake, and see if you like it. That's it. That's all I got for you. Hopefully this was helpful at all. I apologize. It's not one of my better reviews. But I gave it a shot, and that's it. That's all I got. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.